Before iPhones, before Android, there was one phone that ruled them all. The name? Nokia. From iconic brick phones to unforgettable ringtones, Nokia was everywhere. It dominated the mobile world, selling hundreds of millions of phones, shaping how we communicated and creating cultural icons like the game Snake. But fast forward just a few years, and the once untouchable king of mobile vanished from the top. So how did Nokia go from a global empire to a forgotten name in smartphones? This is the fascinating rise and dramatic fall of Nokia, the phone that ruled the world. Humble beginnings. Nokia's story doesn't actually begin with phones. Founded in 1865 in Finland, Nokia originally started as a pulp mill. Over the decades, it evolved into a conglomerate that made everything from rubber boots and car tires to cables, televisions, and military equipment. It wasn't until the 1980s and 90s that Nokia truly found its future: telecommunications. As mobile technology began to emerge, Nokia pivoted at just the right time, pouring investment and talent into developing mobile phones. In 1992, they launched the Nokia 1011, one of the first GSM phones, and by the late 90s, they were already dominating the European market. Nokia didn't just make good phones, they made iconic ones. The Nokia 3310, launched in 2000, became a cultural legend. It was practically unbreakable, had a battery that lasted for days, and came with the world's most addictive game, Snake. By 2004, Nokia was the world's largest phone manufacturer, controlling over 50% of the global market. They shipped more phones than any other company on the planet. Nokia also helped create some of the first concepts of a smartphone. The Nokia Communicator, released in 1996, had email, fax, a web browser, and even apps, years before Apple or Android even existed. Their success wasn't just about hardware. Nokia had built a global supply chain, distribution network, and brand trust that was unmatched. In emerging markets like India and Africa, a Nokia phone was often the first phone a person ever owned. But their greatest strength soon became their greatest weakness: the warning signs. Internally, Nokia was struggling. The company had grown too big, too fast. Its software, Symbian OS, was aging and difficult for developers. Different teams were building competing products, and bureaucracy slowed down innovation. When Apple launched the iPhone in 2007, many at Nokia dismissed it. In their minds, Apple was a computer company. Touchscreens were a gimmick. They believed the market still wanted physical keypads and cheap, reliable phones. But they underestimated what was happening. The iPhone introduced something bigger: an ecosystem, apps, a smooth interface, and internet like never before. While Apple focused on user experience, Nokia was still trying to win with hardware specs. And then came Google's Android, offering a free open-source alternative for phone manufacturers. By 2009, Samsung, HTC, and others were flooding the market with Android phones. Nokia had no answer. The fall. In a panic, Nokia tried to pivot. They built new phones, added touchscreens, and even tried launching their own app store. But by now, Symbian was clunky and outdated. Developers hated it, consumers ignored it. In 2011, Nokia made a bold move. They partnered with Microsoft, abandoning Symbian and switching to Windows Phone. It was a high-stakes gamble, but it didn't pay off. Windows Phone was late to the game, lacked apps, and didn't have enough support from carriers. Even loyal Nokia fans were confused. In just a few short years, Nokia's market share crashed. By 2013, the company was hemorrhaging money, and in 2014, Nokia sold its entire mobile division to Microsoft for just $7.2 billion, a fraction of its peak value. A company once worth over $300 billion reduced to a chapter in tech history. What went wrong? So what really caused Nokia's fall? Many experts blame leadership decisions. There was internal resistance to change, a belief they were too big to fail, and a reluctance to fully embrace new trends. Their software-first competitors, Apple and Google, were nimble and focused on experience, not just hardware. Nokia clung to its past while the industry raced into the future. And their partnership with Microsoft, instead of saving them, only accelerated the decline. It confused customers, isolated developers, and gave competitors more room to grow. In short, Nokia failed to adapt.
But Nokia isn't dead. After the Microsoft deal, the company reinvented itself again. Today, Nokia is a global leader in 5G and telecom infrastructure. It powers networks around the world and still contributes heavily to mobile technology. And the brand? It's back in smartphones too. Sort of. A Finnish company called HMD Global now licenses the Nokia name and sells Android-based phones using that familiar logo. While these phones aren't market leaders, they carry the spirit of the brand many grew up with. Conclusion. The story of Nokia is more than just a business case. It's a reminder that in tech, innovation never stops. What made you great yesterday won't guarantee your place tomorrow. Nokia built the mobile world we live in, but it missed one crucial call: the future.